All right. Well, we are back, Claire. Thanks for hanging in there with me. We had a technical difficulty, but um, it's done and we're back. So thanks for being patient.
Yeah,
All right. So we were talking a little bit
of
about
course.
before it got cut out about your 4 years in basketball, kind of what was some of the memories there, as well as being able to play with your sister Ava. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, getting to be a starter my sophomore year and getting to play varsity games with her, it was truly so special. One of the games I talked about in my article was the district championship my sophomore year against Rolla. That was a tough game. I knew I was gonna have to play my best, be able to help, be able to have the older girls be able to count on me as just a young sophomore playing with them. Uh, and then another was just this past season after losing the three seniors that were very important to our team. A lot of people kind of doubted us and kind of thought we wouldn't be able to do anything, make it past districts, and we'd prove them wrong by doing that and then making it to the Final Four. So that was definitely a highlight of my basketball career so far. And then just playing with my sister, it was so special. I always had someone who had my back, who, when you don't want to go to practice, she was in my corner pushing me to get up and let's go, let's do it. So it was just a surreal experience to go through that with her.
Yeah. That's something that a lot of people don't get to experience, and so that's good you were able to do that. Um, and like you said, you're going to get to do it when you head up there to UCM, and you guys can do some uh, basketball out there and whatever else you're going to compete in against people, and be able to have that relationship again. That's great. Uh, Talk about former teammates and current teammates. What's been so special about all those people that you played with?
Yeah, I have a great bond with a lot of my former teammates. Just playing with them, grinding every day at practices and games with them, they become important people of your life. You spend so much time of your high school years with them. One of those being Ava, my sister. It's just we have a special bond as sisters, and then playing sports together just kind of grew that and made it even stronger. Our team this year is truly a special group. We get along so well. We're just so unselfish. It's truly a group that just wants to win ball games and play together. Whoever's going to score that night can score. Whoever's going to get the rebounds can get the rebounds. We just want to work together and win ball games.
So, in order for you to, I mean, how are you able to compete at such a high level when you are playing against the taller athletes from the other teams? I mean, you're usually guarding who?
Yeah, just mentally and physically, I have to be prepared. In practices, I'm always trying to find who's going to give me the best challenge of practice to go up against to get me ready for games. And then in games, just doing the little things right, the fundamentals, the dirty work that people don't want to do.
Mhm.
Being shorter than most of the girls I play against, I know I have to do that and get it done.
So you had an all-state selection. How are you planning on improving on that this year, and what are the challenges ahead for you?
Yeah, definitely. I want to be more consistent for my team. I want them to be able to count on me in the big moments, the small moments. If we need a shot at the end, someone they can trust to do that. But then also just adding range to my shot. People know I like to stay down low, shoot layups, shoot, closer in shots. But so just adding in a little bit more range to my shot to help my team win games. I'm gonna have to work harder to get open, find scoring opportunities, and then, but truly, just playing defense hard. That's something I strive and try to do every game, and just finding a way to get my teammates the ball so they can score.
Okay. Well, here's a question that I didn't give to you, but we just need to throw it in here because we need to know. So who wins in a game of one-on-one, you or your sister?
Oh my, I'm gonna go me, but that's something we're gonna have to do, I guess.
Yeah. So you got Thanksgiving's getting ready to come up. I know that as a family, we would a lot of times go out and do different things, and then we would regret it later because we were exhausted. So,
Yeah, we'll have to get a little one-on-one game going.
yeah. In your article, you did talk about your family and how important they are to you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your mom, dad, and siblings and what you admire about all of them?
Yeah. My family means everything to me. They're some of the most important people in my life. My mom is just so she's one of the strongest people I know, and she's so selfless. She always puts my sister and I first in everything. She makes sure she provides for us and we have what we need, but for herself, which is something I admire and hope one day I can do for my family. And then just my dad, he's so hardworking. He's the one that just he keeps help me stay focused and just reminds me that just leave it all out there. You never know when it's gonna be your last game, when it's the last time you get to do something you love. And then my sisters, I talk about Ava a lot, but we've been so close in age. We've grown up together, doing everything together. She's just like my built-in best friend, and I admire how caring and determined she is in everything she does in life. She also just puts everybody before herself, and it's so admiring. And then I have younger stepsisters and a little half sister, and I just love the joy and excitement they bring to life. I love getting to see them at games, knowing that they're watching me do what I love, and hopefully one day I'll get to come back and watch them play sports or whatever they enjoy and cheer them on in that. Because all of them in their own way just kind of push me to be a better person and set a role for them.
Very good. What would you say are some of the characteristics that you've picked up from your parents that you know are going to help you as you go on to the next season in your life?
Yeah. Most importantly, my faith. That's something that's been instilled in my life and something I want to stay strong in. And I've grown up in a family that keeps God at the center of it all. So it's truly easy and it helps me when I'm trying to do that, when everyone around me is also doing it. In my family, they're so empathetic. They care about other people. They're hardworking. They're determined in everything they do. So it's really easy when everyone around me is doing the things that I admire to do myself. And truly, they all just put other people first and themselves second. That's something that I really want to try and do, and I admire and I want to try to carry with me every day, especially when I leave high school. Like when I go into the real world of all of it.
All right. The real world. Yes, there's a real world out there. But you know what? It seems like real world when you were in high school and you've got all the different things that you're doing and trying to get homework done and just trying to find some free time. So,
Yeah.
yeah. You did talk about your faith, and in your article, you did mention your reliance on prayer. Tell us why that was so important to you, and how did that make a difference?
Yeah, without God, I know none of this would be here. None of this, we don't get the opportunity to live the life we get, and I wouldn't get to play the sports or that I love or have the family I have without him. So truly, just knowing who's at the center of it all and who's the creator, it keeps me humbled and grounded. Prayer is just one of those things before and after games, when I wake up, when I go to sleep, just keeping a conversation with God throughout the day. It keeps me calm. It allows me to not be anxious about things, and it just reminds me that no matter what happens on the court or on the field when it comes to sports and stuff, it really doesn't matter. There's a bigger picture to all of it.
That's a great perspective to have, and that's going to take you far in whatever you do. So, good job there. Um, in your article, you talked about how special your cheering section is. Tell us a little bit about that, and who is the one that you can hear the most in the cheering section?
Yeah, it's unreal. No matter how important the game is, big or small, they're always there. They're always cheering me on. Uh, I'm so grateful to have people who support me and encourage me to do my best. And the thing is, it's not just like in sports that they show up for me in everything of my life, which it's just important to me. Um, when I see like my little cousins and my sisters after games and their eyes light up after when I get to go talk to them, it just reminds me why I play and the example I'm setting for them. And yeah, I just love when I get that second on the bench in between a quarter, however, and I look up and I see my family up there sitting there cheering me on. It just keeps you going. Now for the
That's
loudest, I'm gonna give a shout out to my Uncle Jess. He's always the loudest, cheering on, all that.
That's great. Let's see. Cassie says she has the most amazing cheering section. Love them. Thank you, Cassie. All right. Well, thank you for hanging in there. We made it through. We made it through. But now we're gonna have a little bit of fun too, and ask you some speed round questions, some other things that people might want to know. So, what would you say is your favorite go-to snack or meal after a game?
Mm. This people might not expect this, but I love smoothie bowl.
Okay.
Come home, put it in the smoothie maker with some Nutella and granola on top. It's just a cold sweet treat with some fruit. I love it.
Okay. That sounds good. We had a young man on years ago, and I'm not going to mention him by name, but he said his favorite go-to snack or meal afterwards was white rice. That's
Wow.
it. Nothing
That's
on it.
interesting.
Just white
Yeah.
rice. Yeah. My son-in-law Jay was on the program with me that night, and he couldn't believe it. He could not believe, like, no meat, nothing with it, just white rice. That was just white rice.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
so
Mm.
yours sounds really good. Yours sounds really good.
Yeah.
Claire, if there's anywhere in the world you could go, where would that be and why?
Uh, Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Go to somewhere out of the country like Haiti or somewhere and just volunteer my time with little kids who don't have the same opportunities we have here. That I was just filling out my senior bio and that was one of the questions on there and that's kind of how I answered that. I would love to just go and help out any way I could.
There is a great organization right here in Jeff City. It's called Hope for Caribbean Kids, and they have a ministry in Haiti. And so that's
Yeah,
if you
I'll have
ever
to look
want to
into
look
that.
at, yeah, if you ever want to look into that, they would probably try to find a way to help get you there. So,
Yeah, awesome.
okay, so we talked about a couple of things, but this is probably one that everybody wants to know. What is the least favorite chore that you have to do around the house and why?
Uh, I'm a I don't like doing the laundry. Not putting it in
What?
the machine, but just like folding it and putting it away, not a fan. That's
All
kind of a
right.
personal. I mean, I only do my own, but
No,
not a fan of
that's
it.
no. I mean, just throw it on a hanger real quick. That would be good, but you can't do that with everything. Uh, guess
Exactly.
get what would you guess was the number one answer that people typically give on that?
Dishes maybe?
Yep, you got it. Doing dishes, doing
Yeah.
dishes. And here's the funny thing is
Something I've
a lot of them have dishwashers, and I'm like, what's the big deal with that?
yeah, just set it in the dishwasher, right? That's funny. That's one I actually enjoy. You got a
Okay.
pile, you got to clean it, and then once it's done, you feel accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We got Jeffrey Pap says, "Thanks for the shout out, Claire. So proud of you."
Yeah, that's my loudest fan right there.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, Claire, that's all I've got for you tonight. Again, thanks for holding out and doing the second part as we got the technical stuff figured out. Any additional comments or shout outs that you would like to give to anybody? And then we'll close out the program and then I'll visit with you real quick afterwards. So, anything else you would
Yeah.
like to share?
Just my friends, my teammates, my coaches for always being there and pushing me and helping me through.
All right. Well, you're an outstanding young lady, and we're looking forward to the finish of your senior season with great things accomplished and excited for you in the next phase in your life. So, thank you again for being on here tonight, and
Thank you.
we've enjoyed it. So, all right, I'll visit with you right after we're done,
Thank you
okay?
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for hanging in there as we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. I'll put both parts on, they'll both be on the Facebook page as well as on the YouTube page. That way you can share them with your friends and family if you would like to. So, we were talking to Claire Morris, senior at Helias Catholic High School. Make sure that you pay attention to her senior season in basketball. It's going to be a special one. Just knowing that because she's a competitor and she works hard and she's got a lot of great support behind her. All right. Thank you again for joining us tonight. This is your host, Kirk DeMars. You've been watching One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. Until next week, God bless you, and we will see you then.